The launch of the Climate Parliament Sri Lanka took place in Colombo and it was endorsed as a parliamentary caucus on 9 January 2024.
The interconnectivity that we are discussing with India and with our development partners is to see that we have some sort of connectivity with India, but it also connects with the BIMSTEC countries, regional countries. So these regional connectivities will allow Sri Lanka to share the excess renewable potential that we have. Of course, initially with the cost factors that is in Sri Lanka, I would say it will initially help Sri Lanka import power for our own requirements. But in the future, when the investments come, when the infrastructure develops, when the development comes to renewable energy, it allows Sri Lanka to export power and be energy independent as well. A lot of people also mistake that renewable energy is cheap. Sri Lanka has estimated over the next 6 years, 24 to 2030, in our infrastructure development plan, we need at least a $7 billion investment to have the transmission lines and the grid development to take place to integrate the renewable energy requirements. Unfortunately, the government cannot invest on $7 billion investment. That's where the private investments has to come in for this infrastructure.
The Power and Energy Minister also addressed concerns surrounding the Mannar wind power project.
We need to understand that all sorts of development has some sort of effect on the environment. That's why we need to have environmental impact mitigation tools to address those issues. We can't just run away and say we are just going to not utilize those resources because of an environmental concern that we have. Just because we can't use it doesn't mean that we can find a different area to go and do a wind farm. People do say, okay, maybe you can look at other areas as knuckles, but the challenge that Sri Lanka has, getting wind turbines to a coastal area is challenging. Imagine taking that into a mountain area, the wind blades, the turbines and everything, the transportation, logistics, that's required to do that, and the cost at which it will have to be operated at.
Climate Parliament in South Asia has been actively collaborating with parliamentarians from South Asian countries, including India, Bangladesh, Nepal and Bhutan for the past 10 years. Given the escalating challenges posed by climate change in the region, particularly in Sri Lanka, Climate Parliament is also working towards establishing a regional parliamentary forum for South Asian regional energy cooperation.